Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the channel. Bit later this week. I am planning on uploading this one tomorrow. It just means there's less time in between this one and the next one for everyone to vote. So I'm going to stress this at the start, I'm going to stress this at the end. If you want to choose something for my next episode, you have basically Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and basically Tuesday as well because I film it Tuesday night. So please, if you want to, because if I don't get any, I'm sure I'll get a few, then obviously I won't be able to do it next week. I know it's later, I usually obviously give it a week, but because obviously I had my birthday yesterday, I was out all night on Tuesday, well, not all night, but too late to do a video, so it's taking me up to Thursday to be able to record this. So yeah, if you want to participate next week and vote, do it as soon as you can. Obviously I'll show you what's to choose from the second shelf at the end of this video, but just thought I'd put it out there straight away so everybody knows first thing that I talk about, that because it's later on in the week there's less time to vote for what you want me to watch next week, so just be aware of that. But we got 10 this week to choose from, so quite a lot. So I'm obviously not going to get them all watched by Sunday to talk about, but I'll get through a few of them, I'm sure, between now and then. And for a change, we've got 5 Blu-rays and 5 DVDs. So I'm not going to do what I usually do and like get 5 Blu-rays instead of the DVDs, because we've got half and half. I think that's fair because it's 50%. It could go either way really. It could be Blu-ray, it could be a DVD. So there's no point in getting any. I will apologise because there's so many. I am going to struggle to remember exactly who picked what. So apologies for that, but I will try my very best to remember. So we'll do the Blu-rays first. So first up we have The Man in the Iron Mask, which is a Alexandre Dumas adaptation about the Musketeers later in life, I believe. They're retired, about the king, and he's got like a twin brother, I think, but it's DiCaprio, and it's one of the few DiCaprio films I've actually not seen yet, so that's mainly why I even got it in the collection. And I am a fan of these types of like adventure films, I suppose you would call it. But yeah, I'm struggling to remember who picked this one, and I'm going to probably struggle to remember most of these because it's been a while. Next up we have Sunshine, Danny Boyle. Yeah, I like Danny Boyle. It's got a really good cast. It looks quite good about the sun dying and a crew trying to save it, I think. I don't know, was it like, no, I'm not going to try and, I don't want to guess wrong who picked this, but yeah, the Sunshine. This, I'm fairly certain was Ash. But still, because there's so many, I honestly don't know. Even if I'd looked before this video, chances are I'd have forgotten most of them because there's that many to remember. But it's A League of Their Own, one of the few Tom Hanks films I got in my collection that I actually haven't seen yet. It's supposed to be really good, about all women's baseball team in the 40s and Tom Hanks as their coach, I believe. You've got Gina Davis, Madonna, Laurie Petty, John Lovitz, David Strathairn, Gary Marshall, and Bill Pullman, and music by Hans Zimmer, so it could be a good one. Next up, one that's sat in the collection for a while, so about time I get around to it really. It's The Fan with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes. Yeah, it's a Tony Scott film. I think it's a thriller about an obsessed fan of this baseball player that's just a psycho. I think that Robert De Niro plays him. Yeah, you got John Leguizamo, Benicio del Toro, Ellen Barkin again. Hans Zimmer did the score for this one. So yeah, that could be a fun one to watch. And then one that definitely be a fun one to watch. Again, I want to say, no, I don't even know, because there's so many. I was going to say Stuart, but it wasn't Stuart, because Stuart picked one of the DVDs. Roy? Was it Roy? I'm fairly confident it was Roy, but I don't know. Tropic Thunder, Jack Black, Ben Stiller, Robert Downey Jr., Jay Baruchel, Danny McBride, Brandon T. Jackson, Bill Hader, Nick Nolte, Steve Coogan, and of course, who could forget Tom Cruise in this one. yeah, I don't know how I've never seen this before, but I know if I watch this, I'm absolutely going to love it. There's no question about that. I just know it's one that I'm going to love. And then the DVDs, the first one I know for sure was Julie picked this one. I can remember that because that was one of the later ones. It's The Shaggy Dog. I've not seen it for years, so it is one I have seen. Again, Robert Downey Jr. in this one, Tim Allen, Danny Glover, Philip Baker Hall. Obviously a Disney film. I think it's a remake, isn't it? 2006. But yeah, I've not seen this in years, so yeah, I can't really remember much about it. It's been a long time, so good choice there. Another one that I'm looking forward to, I think I'd be interested to watch, but I've heard, and Andy said that this is a pretty good one, but I can't actually remember who picked it. It's Grandma's Boy, which is one of the Happy Madison films. I think it's about 2005. Yeah, 2005, I think. Just looks wrong, but very funny. Doris Roberts is in this one, and I do quite like her. So, yeah, I'm sure I'll find this one quite funny. This one was what Stuart picked, and it's Best in Show, which was the Christopher Guest film about a dog show that I picked up fairly recently. I really enjoyed Waiting for Guffman, so I'm sure this is going to be along the same sort of lines, mockumentary type thing, so yeah, sure I like that one. Then next up we have Amazing Grace. One that I didn't know much about before I picked it up, but then I read it when I was showing my pickups, and it sounds really interesting. It's about a man who's trying to abolish slavery in England. I mean, everyone that's speaking out against him, that sort of thing. Got Ewan Grufford, Rufus Sewell, Michael Gambon, directed by Michael Apted. So yeah, I think that will be one that I really enjoy as well. And last but by no means least, we have Mississippi Burning. Alan Parker film, Gene Hackman, Willem Dafoe going up against the Ku Klux Klan. I think it's like in the 50s or 60s is set, but they play two FBI agents that go to this town to try and investigate these murders to do with the Ku Klux Klan. So yeah, I think that one will be quite a hard watch, but I think it'll be worth it. So those are the 10 that we have to pick from this week. So that's a very, very mixed bunch there. I apologise again that I just can't remember who chose what because it's been such a long time. I haven't checked. And like I said, if I had checked, I'd still be fearful of getting things wrong. But yeah, put in the comments if you chose whatever I pick out or the other ones. So when I talk about it in my weekly watches, if I enjoy it, I know who to thank for recommending it. So we're going to do what we normally do, but obviously it's very higgledy-piggledy this week. Give it a proper mix around to make sure it's fair. And I'm just going to pick one at random. I am going to go for this one, whatever this is. Shaggy Dog. So, yep, Shaggy Dog. Like I said, I have seen this before. Been a long time. It's only an hour and a half. What's the time now? It's only 5:30. So if I put this on at 6, it'll be finished by, 7:30. And I will put another one on then, so I'll have 2 watches tonight. So actually what I'm going to do now, because I can watch 2, and even if I put one on at 7:30, I can still watch like a 2-hour one, 2.5 hours. So I'm going to put the Shaggy Dog down, and I'm going to go at it again. Rare occasion, but I'm going to treat you this week because it's taking so long. And I'm going to pick another one out. Make it fair. I'm going to go with that one. Another DVD. It's Grandma's Boy. So, yeah, another one that I was really looking forward to watch. 2 comedies, basically, there. And again, that's got to be, 90 minutes. So, both, basically, 90-minute films. So, I'm going to put both of these on. And once I've watched both of them, I'll come back to you and give you my thoughts on both. Doesn't happen very often, but I think because of the amount we've got to choose from, the amount of time now until the next one, I think watching 2 shorter ones be quite good to talk about 2 in one video. So yep, I'll put these on in a minute and I'll come back to you once I've seen both and let you know my thoughts. I'm back. Apologies for the change of clothes. I was so tired last night, as happens sometimes, and I fell asleep. I did manage to watch both films though, so I thought before I head off to work, hence my work uniform, I'd finish off the video so you still get it at lunchtime today, because otherwise it'd probably be delayed again until tomorrow, and then there's just not going to be enough time in between videos, really, is there? So yeah. First up, I watched The Shaggy Dog, which was a rewatch. It'd been years since I watched it, and yeah, it was a fun Disney film, kind of one of those that just becomes forgotten. Nothing special per se, but it's a fun time. It's a nice little watch for an hour and a half. If you like Tim Allen, then it's the type of films that he does, the like Santa Claus films, Jungle to Jungle, those sorts of films. So you're in for the same sort of thing, especially if you like dogs as well. Robert Downey Jr. pops up, doesn't really do much in this film. He's okay. But yeah, it was an alright film. Wasn't bad. It'd be staying in the collection, I would have thought. Might decase it though, because it's one that, yeah, like I said, I wouldn't go back to all that often, but I'm glad that I rewatched it, because yeah, it brought back some memories, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this now. So yeah, that's The Shaggy Dog, which was the first one. And then followed that up with Grandma's Boy, and I remembered who chose this one now. It was Pete over at Pedro's Movie Cavern that chose this, so thank you, Pete, for choosing this one. Very funny film this was. You can kind of imagine it's like all of Adam Sandler's other Happy Madison films, that stupid kind of comedy without Adam Sandler in it. About a man that's, I think he's about 36, 35, it says on the back, who basically gets kicked out of his apartment or house or whatever, and he's forced to move in with his elderly grandmother, played by Doris Roberts, and her two housemates. And whilst at work, he's got a new like sort of boss that he kind of falls for, and yeah, it's a raunchy, early mid-noughties comedy that there were a lot of, and it works really well. It is genuinely really funny, had me in giggles quite a bit, and yeah, if you like that sort of thing, if you're into more of your like silly comedies that just easy to watch, an hour and a half, then yeah, it's definitely worth watching. I'd love to see a Blu-ray release of this, although I fear that will probably never happen. But yeah, I just say if you can watch this, it might be on Disney because it is a Fox title, and like I said, I picked the DVD up really cheap in a charity shop for 50p, going back about a month now, I would have thought. So yeah, it's definitely worth checking out if you've not seen it. If you like a funny, easy watch, then yeah, I definitely recommend checking out Grandma's Boy. So yeah, both The Shaggy Dog and Grandma's Boy watches this week, and I'm going to give both of them a thumbs up. I've decided what I'm going to do going forward. Instead of like rating it 1 to 10, if I like the film, I will watch it. I'm going to keep it again, thumbs up. If I'm on the fence, not sure, didn't really get on with it, but I'm willing to give it another go, it's that. And if I really didn't get on with it at all, and I just can't ever see myself going back to it, it'd be a thumbs down. So both of those, thumbs up for this week. And we're back on to shelf number 2 this week, so I will flip it, and I'm going to have to move this out so you can see them, although not all of them are obviously the right way, because that would just be too easy, wouldn't it? There we go. So we have all of those. I'll tell you if it's a rewatch. And then moving on up here. Police Academy 1 is excluded because I have seen that fairly recently. And Shanghai Noon and Nights are rewatches. First Final Destination is excluded, but the other, so it'd be number 2 basically. And Family Plot's excluded from that Hitchcock box set. Down there, and then back up here. Valerian is a rewatch, so is Peter Jackson's King Kong. Down to there. And the first Nightmare on Elm Street is excluded, so it would be whatever the second one is. Trying to get this so they don't fall, so I'm going to have to do it that way. first time watches by the looks of things. Yeah, those are the titles you've got to choose from for next week's video, which, as I said, should be back to normal. Recording it Tuesday evening, up on Wednesday, so you've got a few days to get your votes in. Let me know what you want me to watch. I've still got about 9. I did actually also forget, when I was looking at the comments last night, Roy picked 300, which I didn't even pick out Roy. So I will try and watch this. How long is it? 111 minutes. I might either watch this tonight or at some point tomorrow afternoon. So it's in my weekly watches. So I haven't missed you, Roy. I will definitely watch that over the weekend at some point before weekly watches. But that is it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on those 2 films down below in the comments if you've seen them. Also, as I say, don't forget to put what you want me to watch next week in the comments. Just anything. Just make sure it's from shelf 2 that I've just shown, and they will be eligible for next week's video. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel. Comment down below anything and everything. As you know, I always take the time to get back to anyone that leaves me a comment because I really do appreciate it. And that is it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.